Welcome to Make a Path Presents, where we talk about everything that has to do with the world of The Walking Dead, but that doesn't matter because right now we're going to talk about Game of Thrones. Now listen, I had so many people requesting that we talk about Game of Thrones on this channel. I do enjoy it. I'm not, a book reader. I'm not an insane fan. I'm not getting any Game of Thrones tattoos or anything like that. I do enjoy it. I want to make that clear because if you are here for someone who knows the book or is very knowledgeable about the histories and timelines, that's not me. So I'm going to give you kind of a perspective of someone who just likes the show. I mean, I do enjoy it. I've reviewed season 1, season 2, and season 3, the full seasons. I just started watching them only like a year ago, watching the full seasons. Now with season 5, I just finished that recently, so I'll do a complete discussion about seasons 4 and 5. That'll be coming. I'm not going to waste your time with that. But let's get right into some thoughts with this. First off, I want to talk about the pros. You know what? No, I'm going to start this off with a con. One of the biggest cons, I think, I've ever witnessed in the entire series. Leaving Jon's body. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. It seems like a massive plot hole that they just said, we don't give a shit. We're just going to skip right over this plot hole. And what do I mean? Well, they're locked up in a room now, and the other people who killed him are going to get his body, right? Why didn't they just take his body in the first place? I mean, what is the point? And they're burning his body because of the White Walker shit, right? Or the Walkers? I don't know. I know I mixed that up. I'm going to get 1,000 comments. But regardless, why didn't they just take his body when they killed him? It makes no sense. They would just kill him and leave. However, if you put in this that they left to have a discussion, all right, I understand that. But then again, another problem. If they're going to have a discussion, they would have to call everybody, right? Even the people that weren't there when they stabbed him? Or are you going to tell me that everyone was there when they stabbed him except for select people who just so happened to be friends with Jon? But here's another thing. It wasn't everyone, because when we were in the little dining room, they were explaining Jon is dead, and people were like, who killed him? So it wasn't everyone who was there while they stabbed him. So again, they would have had to go door to door calling people to the meeting. But the people they didn't call just so happened to be, the most solid friends of Jon. See how that, yeah. So we're going to skip over that, but it was a con. Let's go right to a pro that probably had a lot of people cheering, which was Brienne of Tarth saving the shit out of Sansa. I like that even. And I think this is rewarding the fans. You can't keep giving the fans moments where you're just like, oh my God. You know what I mean? You gotta reward them, and I felt like this was a reward finally. You back the character into a corner. Even this is a character that I always thought was simply there to be the victim for the first few seasons. I finally want to see her pick up a sword and whoop some ass. Not physically, but lead something. Get revenge. Carry the, family name into a whirlwind of revenge or something. And now we have Brienne saving a day and at least keeping her from going back to the damn Boltons. Ramsay especially. And I thought that was awesome. Great reward for the fans. I almost cheered. Let's jump down to Melisandre. Now, the necklace thing, that's new to me. Somebody said it actually twinkled a little bit in a previous episode. I didn't catch that, but I thought it was absolutely awesome when she took off the necklace. And I heard the producers or writers said that she had to look at her true self because she has felt like she's been lied to about some prophecies or the things that the Lord of Fire or Light or something has been telling her recently, and I think that is absolutely awesome. That kind of magic and how she's centuries old, that is fine. And if you guys know me from when I talked about the first few seasons, magic is something that's kind of like a borderline. You can either get me to love it or hate it. I'm not really good with magic. Like, if they bring Jon back, listen, I want Jon back. He was one of my favorite characters, but if they bring him back with magic, I'm going to find that kind of weak. That's just how I am. Certain things with magic, it's okay. Other things with magic, it just feels like it's your one tool to get around anything. You can make anything in this world. Just throw magic in there. It'll solve. That's your answer for everything. All right? But this episode, I really dug this episode. I liked it a lot. One more con I'm going to mention. No, one or two. Two more cons. Daenerys, it really felt like they had a cool story for Tyrion, and they said, okay, we got this cool story for Tyrion, but you know what we got to do? Let's get the dragon and take that bitch and get her out of the way. So they took Daenerys, and it felt like they yanked her out of her own story and just got rid of her because Tyrion's more interesting in place of her. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not digging what they're doing with her, and I need to see that play out a little bit to see where they go, because right now I'm not interested in this. But again, I'm not going to hold that against them until we see how it plays out. One more con. The whole killing the leader of Dorne, what was his name? Doran? I'm going to get that wrong. The poisoning, first off. The poisoning, I don't know how they didn't see that coming. As soon as she kissed the little girl, I was like, it's done, game over. And then Jaime not doing anything about it, Jaime Lannister, and just going on the ship, I'm like, did he not see that? Does he not know that that's definitely poison? Even the king or the prince of Dorne, him not knowing to not trust this chick just seemed like a giant fail. He got what he deserved because he was just stupid. To let her go, to let her live. However, I will have to say, I think it's cool. I just think the character is an idiot. Not her, the dude. He should have saw that coming a mile away. Yeah, listen, I don't have much else to say to that. I want to keep this quick because I don't know how well this is going to be perceived on this channel. If you do like little discussions about Game of Thrones, hit that like button and feel free to let me know down in the comments below. If you don't want to hear anything about it, also let me know. What the hell? I want to know what you guys think. Do you like Game of Thrones? Do you watch it? Also, if you don't watch it and you want to know how to watch it, stay tuned because we're going to have a discussion about HBO Now. Put those down in the comment box. I'm done talking. It's your turn.
Subscribe now.